Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Yo, what up? Yes, sir. Welcome to week 8 of the 2024 spring seasonal. It's been an interesting week leading up to this match. A lot of, let's say, behind the scene things had to go on because of this whole DDoS situation. And it's like a covert mission. Everything's a big old secret here. But hopefully things go off without a hitch. I know the guys behind the scenes have been planning and making sure to ensure that this doesn't happen. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into the actual match itself. So we've got Extreme Dinosaurs, which you guys right see over here on Omaha Beach, and they're taking on SLK, the Snow Leopard Knights, a Chinese squad. And yeah, like I said, Omaha Beach is going to be the map, and it's quite an interesting map because it's non-meta, and we've been having some, let's just say, unpredictable outcomes. I think after I checked some of the stats on the Helo's webpage, I noticed some interesting things, which I'm going to share to you guys later when we get into the actual warm-up phase and all that other stuff. But what else do I have to talk about? Oh, the schedule. We've had some matches. We had one early it was late last night for me. Late last night, it was GBI taking on a Spree. And I'm just going to hop into that real quick. We'll show the results. So earlier, or should I say last night, around, 11 o'clock New York time, it was super late. I was half in and out of sleep, but I did catch most of the game. GBI, I believe, went down early. Omaha Beach, actually, same map as well that we're casting today. Went down early, GBI 2-3, and the control point, midpoint was artillery battery, which is the southern strong point. And after about 10 minutes of hard fight, GBI actually got back in there and recapped the midpoint. And I want to say they held on to the very end. And they were coming from the Allied side. So a little bit of a shocker. I think a lot of people think this map is Axis favored. But I have the stats to show you guys. Now you can take it for what they're worth, but I think, it's interesting. You can extrapolate some information off of that, but I don't know. I've seen a lot of matches on this end in Allies. So it's going to be a fun one today. So just a quick look. People are loading up to server right now. Yeah, people are flooding in now. We've got about 42, and the match should be starting roughly in about a minute. That's the time is scheduled for. And by the time you guys watch this, it's going to be pre-recorded, 9 o'clock New York time, so it's probably 3 o'clock UTC. And by the time we upload this and get it all going, it's going to be afternoon for us in the U.S. and then Sunday evening for the Euro squads. What else we got? Yeah, let me just go over. Shout out my boy for the stats. That's Florian from the Circle. Appreciate him. Make sure you check out the Helo system. I mean, if you want to know how the maps play and how the players perform, hit up that website, join his Discord, support what he does. I think it's awesome. It definitely helps the casters out because we can actually present something during the pre-match that you guys might be interested in kind of checking out. Also, speaking of competition, where's my man at? Right here. Sorry. Too many buttons on the stream deck. But yes, support what Kaiser MTBB is doing. He's got an awesome video. He put together, I want to say probably about a week now. It's getting a lot of traction. Keep getting on there. Keep supporting that. Throw him the thumbs up. Comment. Let's make this viral. Let's make sure that the devs can't miss what we're asking for. And I'll leave the link in the description after this match. So definitely go over there and support that guy. By the way, the video was put together by most of the guys who are in Extreme Dinosaurs, who I'm casting today. So these guys, they know the game, and they know how to make it, I think, better and play more evenly. So that's what I have to say about that. Now, we're looking pretty good, 67, slightly over. What I do want to do is just hop into the main and we'll go over some strong points so you guys get familiarized with the map before we get underway. All right, see you in. All right. So we're going to go up north in the 3. Where are we at right now? Down south. Let's go up north. First point is West Vierville, which you can see right here. Usually garrisons are placed in and around the top of the map edge in the F3. Obviously, one will be on the point proper. They could probably sandwich that in somehow, maybe down over here in the intersection. So that'll be the point proper. Obviously, the teams will have garrisons in the G if you're coming from the U.S. side, which is the SLK squad, and my squad, which is the Extreme Dinosaurs, coming from the West. The Germans will have probably garrisons sandwiched in between the D3 here, just below in the 4, and then somewhere in the probably circle area right over there in 5. So that's West Vierville. Now let's swing it around. Oh man, we're gonna get a flip. We got 30 seconds. Let's go over West Vierville, which is basically the church. It's quite an interesting map, or midpoint. I've seen this go back and forth so many times. I want to say this is a very even, it's a 50-50. And it's so weird I say 50-50 because when I pull up this this graphic, you're gonna go, I get what you're saying. But anyway, let's wait for map flip. And a little background on Omaha Beach before I show you the graphic. The 2023 winter seasonal. I'm going to go back then to when Esprit played the 116 Greyhounds, and it was on Omaha Beach. And Artillery Battery, which is a southern strong point, came out, and Esprit, which was probably the underdog at the time, wind up winning that match 3-2. I mean, people were surprised and like, wow, not the expected outcome. So, okay, that's noted. Then this morning or this afternoon, there was the GBI versus Spree. The same exact thing, same layout, artillery battery. Now, GBI went down early, 2-3, came back, and they eventually won the match 3-2, same midpoint, artillery battery. So I'm starting to see like there's a pattern. Artillery battery is, in my view, a lean toward allies, and the other maps the other midpoints seem to be a flip 'em, like 50-50. You don't know who's going to get it. As soon as we load back up, I'm going to pull up those graphics for you, and hopefully this is the last time we have to flip before the official start. Or we're going to flip one more time. Not that important who I join right now, but when the match does start, I will be joining Kendrick, who is the artillery expert. We're going to have a fun time getting marks from him. So yeah, back to go Vierville-sur-Mer, which is mid right here. The big church in the middle. I mean, I've seen many teams fight over this. I saw, I want to forget who, Syndicate, I think, played recently on this. Man, it came right down to the very end. I think they were playing, I think it hated HTD, and it came within seconds. I think Syndicate wound up losing in the last 10 seconds. They were capping this midpoint here. Two evenly matched teams. So I think this is a flip 'em. And then to the south, where we're seeing a lot of winds, and this is it right here below us. Artillery battery is where I think if SLK, who is the underdog here, if they want to win, I think their best case scenario is getting this midpoint. You know, I guess because of the houses to the south, or should I say to the east, that's a great staging area to get into the bunker here, which is inside Strong Point. And I think that's probably the biggest advantage for allies on this map, is having those houses. I mean, when you add artillery with some smoke, you know, it doesn't make it so grindy for the infantry to get in. But anyway, while we have the time, I told you I was going to pull up those statistics. So this is just the overall win rate percentage on who caps first. Okay, so you can just see it right there. These are 8 matches. Oh wow, and we have a kill feed. Did not know that today. That is an awesome thing to have pop up. That's all kinds of goodies right there for you guys. Yeah, the win rate, 50%. That's actually less than 50% now because of yesterday, Esprit losing. So it's now less than 50%, which is very rare for a comp map. Now, the other stat I have kind of breaks it down. We're getting allies winning 8 out of 10. Now, that just went up to 9 out of 11. So it's over an 80% win rate. I mean, take the numbers for what you will, but those are not pub matches. Those are all comp matches. So, you know, we can all have the debate on whether that's valid, those numbers are valid or not, based on the other points. I mean, you can just go into a whole debate, but it's at least interesting enough to have that conversation. So we're at 100. What I would like to do, let's go over the seasonal rules. We got a little time. Let's do some seasonal rules for those that might be tuning in new to the seasonal. This is how it works. You got protected nodes. Basically, those are what generate your resources, your munitions, your fuel, and your manpower. They're to be protected. You cannot destroy them. The Panther is obviously banned. Anybody that plays this game knows it's definitely has an advantage over the allied armor, quicker reload time, and the single artillery gun is basically whenever Kidrick gets into this gun today, whatever gun he chooses, that's going to be the gun he stays in, and he's not allowed to be taken out of there, including strafing runs. And anyway, we got a little time to burn too. Let's get on the beach. Let's have a little fun with the boys. See if we can catch some pregame shenanigans. And those of you that are looking at the statistics to your left, those are the averages of the first 5 weeks. This is the group phase. This is not reflective of the matches being played most recently. And they're an average of all three. So you got your combat effectiveness, which is the cross bullets. You've got the shield, which is your defensive scores, and then your support scores. Last, the third. 99 in, waiting on one. Got the official flip. Fantastic. I'm just hoping some of these guys don't get booted for TKs. Jesus. And we're going to know what our midpoint is momentarily. Here we go. Game time. Is it AA Network? No, it's going to be Vierville-sur-Mer. Interesting. Right down the middle. All right, let me get in. Kendrick. There he is. All righty, let's go. Let's get down to the bottom. All that work, baby. Those are the protected nodes we were talking about earlier. Let it rip, baby. Get it out. So, yeah, that's it. The nodes are built just like that. Everybody's redeployed. All right, commanding. Let's go over who's commanding today. Ninja Pulver will be commanding today. Some of the normal guys. I'm trying to find our tankers today. I'm thinking we've got Boss Man, Mr. Do. There we go. That's going to be one of the, tanks are going to be big on this map. And I think Extreme Dinosaurs have great tankers. And I'm going to just pull up the quick head-to-head. So this is how I have the teams matching up. So I'm going to go with infantry and tanks. For Extreme. Now, artillery, you know what? Kendrick's in there. I totally forgot about Kendrick. My bad, brother. I would probably even give that lean to the Dinosaurs. I've seen what he's done in the HCA final. And you know what? Maybe make that 49. Maybe not make 49, 46. Extreme Dinosaurs. Obviously, the big heavy favorites coming in. They should win. But this map has been anything but your traditional meta map, where you know the outcome. I mean, once the midpoint's capped, we all pretty much know what's going to happen. All right, baby, it's almost here. Thinking the sound might be a little low on the game. Let me just pump this up a little bit. We'll fix the audio. I think it's coming in a little light, which is weird. Artillery marks are already up for Kendrick. Rocket snipes came out. And this is weird. What's going on here? Hang on a minute, boys and girls. Let me check. Yep. Weird stuff happening. All right, let's get back in here. Hopefully those audio levels on the game are okay. Might be a touch loud. We'll fix that in a moment. But anyway, meanwhile, on Vierville-sur-Mer, excuse me. 50% cap, XD. In the chapel itself, Kendrick has removed the players that were amassing to the southeast. Allies do have a light Stewart. Zeppel. Think he's going to get the. Think he's got the spicy hot lunchbox on there. We're about 15 seconds away from getting that 3-2 opening start. Almost there, almost there, almost there. And there it is, 3-2 off the start. Nice opening for the Extreme Dinosaurs. Pull up the map. Let's get a look at Garrison Network. Do we have one on the point proper yet? Not quite yet. Garrison situation is a little, at least the transition phase is a little bit slow at the moment. Let's see how these guys are fanning out. See how Raz getting the AT kill on the Sherman medium. I haven't even had a chance to look, but I will now. WN70 is your fourth point for SLK. And now the box out begins. Obviously clean your sector, which is the EF 5 and 6 here. They've got Garrison to the south, putting front door pressure on WN70. We are noticing some midpoint capture progress from SLK. I don't think that's much to be panicked about just quite yet. It's probably sector cap. Yeah, there's nobody in the strong point for Dinosaurs. This is them attempting to box out. There's our boys, Atrocity and the boys. Dew is the TC. That's the whole group of them. Boss Man on the left, Atrocity center, Mr. Dew on the right. This squad here, OGs of this tanking game. Just gonna ride with the P4. Progress is being made. They do have a backdoor garrison. That is something we got to unlock from this. That is something a little bit serious. A little bit more than just your average OP. It's a party. And SLK ain't invited. Man, this is going to go 4-1 in a hurry because there's nothing stopping this. That is an unlocked red zone garrison. They own the strong point. Boys, this might be a very quick match. I have a feeling they're already primed and ready for our fifth final, the draw. Three-quarters capped. 30 seconds. That's all they've got. SLK better. And let's try and find where. Do they even have a garrison? This is all but done. 4-1 in the next second. There it goes. What is going on? Dinosaurs are playing out of their heads today. Garrison situation. They're capping so fast, it's like they built the whole line in the D. Now it's a scramble to remove these 5 garrisons and place them in the front line in the G and the H. How are we doing on the draw? Let's take a quick peek up at the draw. Seeing quite a few in the soft cap, right here, the IJ. 5 and 6 is your soft cap. You've got Reason, Tim, Crusader. And because the point is far away and they have enough presence on WN70, they're about to get wrapped. They're about to get wrapped in a big way. Squad lead is probably Bloody Nine. He's gonna leave those nodes alone for one, but might just put up OP there. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's deep in. He's behind the line. Airhead coming down. Dinosaurs are trying to get these boys out of here quickly. I don't know if they're going to be able to secure that airhead. Garrison spawn, I'm pretty sure. Kendrick just cut the mark on Garrison. Oh my goodness, this is not going to end well. If artillery can land precisely now, there's a chance the airhead stays up. Airhead does get taken down, unfortunately, for Dinosaurs. Take a quick look to the south. They're already getting those AT guns built up on the top of the cliffs. got blueprints. 1, 2 for artillery. I mean, they're just going to blast the draw. Going to hold the line a little bit. Probably already in soft cap or just on the edge of the soft cap. Our boy Thorpe out on the wide flank. His head rolled. I think it's just a matter of time. I think XD didn't want to push the 5th point and get caught without securing their 4th, which is WN70. I think that was wise because you could have this thing backfire on you if you move too quick and don't replace garrisons. And speaking of which, have we gotten, we've got that whole entire D row, most of it. We've gotten 2 taken off, and the line has moved up now closer to the H column. Still don't have one on the point proper, quite yet. Got any news due? Our boy E and the all too familiar. He's gonna have fun mowing that as soon as they silhouette. He's having a day. And because of all the barbed wire, there's only a few places you can get even up on the top of the cliff. Isek knows that, and he is just going to farm the shit out of these guys. Allow infantry to move up. Big kahuna. OG. Belcher getting the collapse. Yeah, the line is spread out very nice. I mean, this is textbook. They didn't rushed it too much. They knew they were in complete control of the map. Now you've got garrisons to the north of the draw. Probably going to build one somewhere when they can, when they clear this area in the H6. Well, actually, they have one just to the south, so I think that's good. I think in terms of garrisons, they just maybe want one in the network of trenches here, and I think they'll be set. They'll be set to make this final push for 5th. Again, it's going to be up to the MGs to kind of bottleneck the infantry into predictable places for Kendrick to smash with his artillery. Seeing Mr. Deuce Panzer IV, maybe he got deleted. Probably just hunting, looking for garrisons. Now, if Kahuna can do is just exactly what he's doing. Hold those little choke points where the inf can get up on top of the ridge. He's in a perfect position. Sees straight down the coastline. Line of sight is perfect. You can get a spot for Kendrick. He's just gonna light this whole area up. Basically, yeah, you can see it. It's already for Kendrick. Get out of here. You gotta be kidding me. Of all this TC today. How awesome is that? Talk to him, Havald.
Timo, however, can you guys go to the gas station here? Is at the top?
Hey, Mr. MG, the OP next to you just got wiped.
These guys just having fun. It's a casual Sunday morning, afternoon, just pubbing. I think we also have Dabs in here, don't we? I think we got Dabs in here, aka Dirty Dan. But that could be Sneaky, I might be wrong. Is that Sneaky? Oh, my bad. Sneaky's in there. So Tiger holding this whole entire line, just beating them off this cliff. It's a question of do they want to make that run? They have plenty of garrisons on the back line now. This one probably, well, they might just leave it there just in case things go really bad. You have one fallback garrison. But yeah, the network is great. Recon lighten up the area where they, assume, and they're correct in that. Infantry will be coming. This is going to be tough sledding, especially with tanks. So I think off the draw, they're going to have to come up the main road and make their way all the way down to WN7, which is extremely difficult. Yeah, I think for allies, once you lose your foothold, fighting to get on top of this cliff here is extremely hard to do. Great use of smoke by SLK. This pillbox, they're trying their best to get inside the strong point. I mean, you just got to throw bodies. You need absolute meat grind, especially with artillery. MGs to the rear. Dual tanks sitting. Got a solo by Phoenix. Bombing run. Where? SLK bombing run. Way up north. Trying to clear the area. I think this can go on indefinitely. I mean, we've got a little over an hour still remaining in the match, and I think for now, dinosaurs are content just sitting here and just kind of having a little fun with it, just farming that H and I column, just waiting for these guys to pop up and just mowing them down. Not seeing a lot of movement forward. Now, the draw is a little bit of a tough get. Obviously, you have to get down that cliff, and you're basically on top of sand. And I'm sure they've got SLK defense to the back, sitting on top of these landing craft. MGs up there. 2 MGs. So, now we could be in for a very long grind. My guess is if you're going to try to take the draw, you're going to have to bring tanks down the main road here in the 4 column, or the 4 row, excuse me, and hook down. That's probably your best way. Nord with another shot in on the tank. Now is AT gun built? AT gun has been destroyed. Yeah, they're not too interested. Dinosaurs are not moved off of this point. They haven't pressed down. quick check on the stats as well, just to see who's doing what. Also, haven't had any, knock wood, DDoS problems. Now we're coming up on the, 30-minute mark. Just to do a quick little recap off the start. Vierville-sur-Mer was our mid, and Dinosaurs had no problem capping that. No problem. I mean, I don't think they, SLK even contested. They took that point reasonably without a fight. Our fourth point, which you're currently seeing right now, WN70. Again, Dinosaurs had this point captured almost 5 minutes after capturing the mid. And we're pretty much sitting on a 4-1 for about the last 20 minutes or so. So I think we're going to stay here for a little bit. I think if I'm in the mind of the commander of the Dinosaurs, it's just stack our fuel. And fuel situation is plus 60. There's 180 in reserve. Bring all your tanks up. Come from the north and come down the I column and take the draw. If SLK overcommits bodies to the front door, it's a death trap. I think that unfortunately they're going to have to push out SLK from the 4, and when the Dinosaurs are ready, I think they're going to mount their attack from the north. That's what I think, if they're even interested in taking 5th and final. I mean, I think this is a huge problem for SLK. They can't get tank support. They're going one-on-one against the Dinosaurs, and their infantry is top-notch. And then you give them an advantage. Like having barbed wire and knowing exactly where they're coming from. You'd be lucky to get a couple guys across, but then they respawn, and it's just rinse and repeat. This area is just going to be the epitome of meat grind. We're just going to slide up north. Yeah, we're looking basically front door. This is front door. Supplies are down for garrison. Now, if you could put enough pressure on the front door and gain this pillbox, now you've got a direct route right down into the strong point, the draw. And simultaneously, you'll start to see SLK start to bring that defense in, and they won't be able to protect the north as much. And I think this is when you're going to see the tanks roll in on the beach and collapse and hit them from the front door, and then wrap them up the I column in I3. Tanks just holding the lanes along with the MGs, like, that's the way into the trenches. Tanks sitting there. Tiger's actually controlling both. Got the whole MG and probably the tank gunner taking turns. Did he get OP? I think OP was clapped. Again, this is the front door. Crusader, he is in the soft cap. Now there is Garrison marked down below. Find out if that is accurate or not. Okay, we've got OP. We don't have Garrison. We got Dean in the shit, just crawling. Now that is your Garrison, and it is accurately marked by Ninja Pulver. Dean is... Now, do you take it out, Dean, or do you just lock it? You know where it is. You can farm it. Because if you take it down, then they can rebuild somewhere else. Then you got to go through the whole process of finding it again. So sometimes it's not always in your best interest to take garrisons. Recon going out. Pretty much what you would expect. Front door, inf. You can start to see they've wrapped a little to the north, and they're definitely coming in underneath in the 7-8, which is huge because that's yes, sir. Look at this. This is a little bit of a problem now. Orpy and Bloody Nine are on the beach practically. Bruh. Come on, bruh. Let's go, baby. He's gonna find a nice rock. Oh. Just hoping and praying somebody shows up, but can clear that area. The bottleneck is starting to happen. Once you push them into the sector, you know exactly where they are. Then you can collapse from the top and the south. And we're starting to see Primo, Gus and the boys coming down that cliff face. All the way to the north. Now I'm hearing it's a light unmanned at that. Easy kill for Dean. 3 points. Or not. Got MG covering it apparently. Reason knows there's something going on. He's got the high ground. You get a little further, he sees. Loses that exchange bombing on SLK bomb run. Now it's the second time they've bombed this area, so you definitely think they're trying to get out, break out through the 4. Filthy position. Just look at this. Something sexy about this spot, huh? And E, I'm so sorry. I've got your death card. Sorry. But I think that's just MGs trading fire from the carrier. They're basically doing the same exact thing. They're fighting over this space. Now, Mr. Duke can get a call out, or Havald, and shell that carrier. Hopefully, you know what's crazy? Is the artillery near there? Yeah, so you don't want to be messing around, throwing HE rounds. If they get shot off that artillery gun, you've got problems. Our sniper squad has gained the beach. That's got to be Wakanda. Busting the FG-42 off. I mean, he's just messing the back line up. Trying to take out. Takes down Rainstorm. Anyway, once again, shout out to the Circle, source code, and excuse me, as well as Florian. Thank you for all that good stuff, boys. Airhead right to our front. Now, can the snipers? We've got two snipers. I think Diane's got it. Had it. Lost it. Airhead still open for business. Beautifully timed artillery shell from Kendrick. One spawn wave's off. Now these MGs to the northwest. Now if they see it, they can cover it. What a beautiful job, too, of covering up Airhead with smoke. Now this is going to further shrink the line for SLK and give. And we're starting to see cap progress on the fifth final. We got a big spawn. I hear tanks coming off, falling off the hill. So excited. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, boys. The road. Yeah, it's a little tough, but fire that driver. Dock him a day's pay. Another big spawn. They can't control this. If they don't understand SLK, what's going on, that's a big spawn for these guys. Nice job. Airhead down. Airhead was removed. Now that tank would have been able to get down onto the beach without getting hung up on that rubble, which was a house. Now they're gonna get shit on. It's time to abandon. They might be in the hard cap. That's the reason why they might still be. Tiger goes down. Now Crusader in the cap, along with the sniper squad. Fifth and finals open for business. Now the boys are going to start pouring over the edge. Comes the boy Soul Raver. artillery. SLK artillery saving. But now you know their focus is on the front door. That's, once again, SLK artillery. That allows the imp from the north, if they want to press down. We're already seeing, well, we're roughly, what, about 40% capped on the draw. We're hitting the halfway, 45-minute mark. We're almost fully capped, half capped. Another huge spawn. I think this might be all she wrote. That big spawn. It's up to artillery, SLK artillery, to save this, because I just don't see it. I don't see it stopping. I see the map control. Tiger tank behind me. Yeah, 30 seconds left in this match, roughly, unless some miracle happens. SLK is double timing it up to the shoreline, but there's constant respawns from the dinosaurs. 15 seconds left. This all but a GG. Wow. Once again, the dinosaurs, if you doubted them, I think today just proved the one they lost to refuse a very solid French squad might have just been a bad day. Tough map that they lost on, but man, these guys were dominant. Now, SLK played 82nd really tough before all that DDoSing happened, and 82nd is not a pushover, so SLK is on that level, and Dinosaurs just absolutely went through them, just absolutely crushed through them. We'll roll out the rest of the scores before people start leaving the server. But yeah, no DDoSing issues. That's a win. For those of you that are going to tune into this, I will upload this after I get in touch with Winky from 82nd, who will also be uploading his VOD, so everyone can check this out right around the same time. Yeah, I mean, almost 2,000 points in half a match. That's a hell of a day for the tankers. Just solid. Run through SLKs, and that will knock SLK out of the seasonal. This was a elimination match for them, I believe. I'm gonna double check. I don't want to misspeak, but I'm pretty sure that was the one that knocks these guys out of the tournament. Anyway, we're gonna hop back into. Yeah, so there you have it. Wow. So like surgery, man. These guys were just in the right spots at all the right times. I guess they took the whole idea of the Axis not being able to win this map and threw it right back at me like, yeah, here you go, Guderian. So they were dominant, and proved I guess it could still be an Axis. It still could be an Axis favored map, regardless of the midpoint. But yeah, the jury's still out. We don't know for sure. But yeah, while we got a little bit of time, I'm going to pull up the results one more time. So just to make sure. So no, I believe I am incorrect in that. I believe the loser, yes, which is SLK, will get knocked down into the loser bracket. Now they'll play week 9. Okay, so they are not eliminated, as well as a Spree, which is going to get dropped down into the loser bracket for week 9 as well. The other matches: Refuse, Greyhounds. I don't have the most current match calendar up, but they're all playing later today at some point. So we're going to see how the rest of this washes out. What else do we have to say? Anything? Oh, yeah, one last time. Support my boy Kaiser. We definitely want to see some changes to the comp scene. They've made some really great points. I think he put a lot of time and effort into it. You need to go support what this competitive community is doing. We're the we're the heart and soul of this whole community anyway. Everybody knows that. So please go and support what he's doing, and also please support what I'm doing. Just please hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share if you got to do that with your friends, whomever. But anyway, appreciate you guys for coming out, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.